Hello, team, and welcome to our Winning Wednesday distributor training. Today's training session will be focused on using your sales performance report to build and manage your near-life business. Now, your sales performance report is a very, very powerful tool available to you that shows you your personal and your team activity for the month. And the aim of this training session is to give you just 3 key points that will get you started in using this report effectively in building and managing your near-life business. So to get started, log into your near-life back office. Now, the back office that I'm logging into is a test site. And so the names or figures that you might see on this page or on this back office are not relevant. They're purely for testing and demonstrations purposes, but you can log into your own personalized near-life back office. Note, I'm doing this from a laptop, but whether you do it from your cell phone or your tablet, it all works the same. So you'd start off by clicking My Team, and that will take you to a list of reports that are available to you. A whole list of reports that are very useful. So I encourage you to get to know these reports. But the report that we're going to be focusing on today is your sales performance report. So go ahead and click that. Your sales performance report, the first thing I want to run you through is some filters that are available to you. By default, your sales performance will report on the current month. So the current month is June. But if you wanted to go and have a look at historical months and your performance, you can go and choose the month of your choice. You can even choose the title that you want to view. By default, it will be all, which just means that all your distributors, managers, senior managers, and above will show in your report. If you do change any filters, make sure that you click Apply Filter so that you view the correct report. The second key point is let's have a look at what data is available to you in your sales performance report. So there's a number of different columns. The first column being your the distributor's profile. We'll chip into that in a moment, followed by their level. Are they first level to you or direct to you, second level, third level, or beyond? Their first name, their last name, the upline qualifying director, their title in the business. Are they distributor, manager, senior manager, or above? And their status. What is the difference? Their status is what they're currently qualified as for the month. So for an example, this distributor here, they are qualified executive manager. And for the month of June, they have done their 2,000 points or more. So they are a qualified executive manager. Their personal PV, their qualifying PV, their group PV. Personal sponsoring. Have they personally sponsored this month? In this example, this distributor hasn't, but this distributor sponsored 1. So is that distributor. This distributor sponsored 2. Okay. And now these columns, you can also manipulate these columns. I like to have the distributor ID column all the way next to the distributor name. So I can see the distributor ID number and their personal sponsoring. I like to see if they've personally sponsored for the month. And so I like to drag the column across and I can see who is personally sponsored. So you can manipulate these columns and drag and drop them to the view that suits you. Now let's have a look at a specific distributor. And this is a great part of this report. And I will take this distributor as an example. Because they're in your organization, you can see what their business has done by clicking on their profile picture or their avatar. And that brings up a little box with their distributor details, their ID number, their title, their status, general information. If you wanted to contact this distributor, but you didn't have their telephone number, you could, this is where you'd find their phone number, their address, and their line of sponsorship. Okay. It will give you the activity. And this is minute by minute, a running commentary of what is happening in the organization, from people signing up to orders being placed. Volumes. This will give you a list of their volumes going back many months. This distributor only joined in January, and you can see what they have done in their business from January to June. Product history. Product history allows you to have a look at what products they've been personally ordering. And these will be products for themselves to personally use or for customers. And all this information is really good because it helps you have an intelligent conversation when you're working with your teams, setting goals, making plans for the future, identifying areas of potential growth or improvement. And then, of course, their bonus. What are they earning through their business? So a great place for you to take a deep look into somebody's business. What happens if you wanted to see just their team? And to do that, you would click on their distributor ID number, and then that would pull up the sales performance report for that specific distributor in your organization. And as you can see, this distributor has 3 other distributors in their team that have done activity this month. He's personally sponsored 2, but that is what his sales performance report will look like for the month. Your sales performance report also has very powerful search functions to help you find the data that you're looking for. And as an example, we'll take the personal sponsoring column. If you wanted to find out the people in your team who had sponsored, you would click on, if I click on the personal sponsoring column once, you'll see a little arrow. It goes from low to high. Okay, so everyone who hasn't sponsored, and we'll go all the way down to people who have sponsored, but I want to see everyone who has sponsored at the top of that. So I'll click it for a second time, and it will go from high to low. You'll see that arrow. So you can see everybody in your team who has sponsored somebody personally for the month. Another very powerful search function in your sales performance report, you can find specific information that you're looking for. Using the personal sponsoring column again, let's say I wanted to find everybody in my organization who had sponsored 2 people, because I'm going to call them and I'm going to encourage them to get their 3 and 30 for the month by sponsoring a 3rd. I would use the filter icon in the personal sponsoring column, click that. I would say I want to see everybody who is equal to personal sponsored, and I'll click the filter button, and I'll let that run and give a little bit of time to run. And it will show me everybody in my organization who has personally sponsored 2 people. And there you have it. Everybody is personally sponsored 2 people, and I could go and call them. I could go and click on their profile to get their personal details and their phone number and make that phone call. Let's give you another example of a search function. Let's say I wanted to find every business builder in my organization. And a business builder is somebody who I consider is doing 100 personal points or more a month, as an example, because I wanted to communicate with them and tell them about an up-and-coming event. I would go to the personal PV column. I'll click on the filter icon, and I'd say I want to talk to everybody who is equal or is greater than or equal to 100 points, 100 PV, and I'll click filter. And that will go through and would run the filter on everybody in my organization who had done 100 points or more. Now, if I click their personal PV column, it would give me that little blue arrow that would arrange it from low, okay, everybody's done 100 or more, to high. If I wanted to see from high to low, I'd click that PV column again, and then it would give me everybody who has done the highest amount of personal PV, okay, and then go down to the lowest amount, which would be 100 points. One last example of how you can use the sales performance report search and filtering functions. Let's say you wanted to find somebody in your organization and their name is John. Whether it's their first name or last name, you can get very specific. And I'm going to use a first name by simply clicking on the first name filter icon. Their name contains John, okay, and I'm going to click filter. Now this will pull up anybody in your organization with the name of John, and so you can get very specific in the detail that you're looking for in your sales performance report. Now remember, if you want to clear any filters and remove and return back to your original report, you simply click the filter icon that you used and you click clear, and that will return you back to your report. Now, lastly, for those of you who like to look at your data in an Excel spreadsheet, you can export your entire sales performance report to an Excel spreadsheet by simply clicking Export to Excel. This will save the Excel spreadsheet to your laptop or to your local device, and you can look at the data and you can manipulate it through your Excel program. So I really hope this sales performance report has been useful. I want to encourage you to get familiar with this report. It's super powerful to track and monitor and set goals for your business, and go out, use it, show your team so you can use your sales performance report to grow and manage your near life business.